Hey folks, this is Jeff Whitney Duel at the Dogtrot Kitchen again with Chef Grace. And she's making something special that's dear to my heart. And what do you call it, Grace?
We call it pounded pork chops.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to see how she processes this. And she's going to tell you about some of the special ingredients that she's going to
It's very
do.
simple.
Two different ones. So hang on 1 second.
Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome again. Today we're doing pork loin. We got these beautiful pork loins at Piggly Wiggly. And they came 2 in a package, so I took the second one, which we're not going to cook today. But I'm going to marinate it. You can see here it is. Put it in a plastic bag. And I'm going to marinate it in ginger beer. So I'm going to,
What type of ginger beer is that?
This is called Cock and Bull. And it's really delicious. But it's got a nice bright flavor.
That's from England, and it has a Jamaican spice to it.
Yeah, so we're going to marinate that other one. I put some garlic powder. I'm going to put just a little salt and pepper. And get the salt to work.
And that's kosher salt, too.
It's kosher salt.
How about that?
Although, frankly, I personally prefer to use just plain, ordinary Morton salt. And the reason for that is
I don't like Morton salt.
The point I'm trying to make has nothing to do with the salt. It has to do with the fact that they add iodine. And having added iodine is a good thing because you need iodine for your metabolism to work right. And
okay.
That's that. So now it's all sitting there. It's going to marinate in the refrigerator for a day or two. Now let's turn to the main course here.
Okay.
Pounded pork chops, as you can see, this is a loin. There are lots of things you can do with tenderloin. It's really a wonderful piece of meat.
Move this out of the way.
I have a friend who will take a whole loin like this, wrap it in foil, chop up some onions, sliced onions, and chopped lemon, some lemon juice over it, salt and pepper, and he roasts it very fast over his barbecue in the foil, then opens it up. Oh man, is that delicious. That's Persian.
Well, that's not what you're cooking tonight.
What I'm doing is plain ordinary breaded pork chops. And they're not really pork chops, but what I'm doing is I'm going to cut this into pieces about, maybe an inch or so big. Like that. Cut it all up. And I have plenty. These are nice meat. Okay, so that's the first step. Just chop it into pieces. It's going to be just so. If you do the rest of this. And by the way, the dish I'm making, once you've cooked it, it's pretty easy to do. You can get little boneless pork chops at the supermarket as well. They work fine, but I'm just doing this because this is what we have. So I'm just doing sort of initial smashing it. So now I'm going to pound them. And to do that, that's the one thing I forgot to pull out over here. We use a meat pounder. Tenderizer. It's a hammer with a flat, kind of serrated end. And I'm just going to literally flatten these things down till they're almost paper thin. I'll do one and then you can tune in and see what happens next after I'm done. Actually, I need a different one. Yeah. But this will do for now.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you on the next stage.
This is the one.
Oh, hang on, folks. A new hammer in the market.
New hammer. So
Yeah.
this one it's not quite, it's got the bumps on it. But I do want it flatten out. So there we go. Do some on the other side. You see how big a piece of meat you end up with.
Oh, yeah.
Flatten
Now, do you bread that at all?
Well, that's what you're going to see in the next.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to you, Chef Grace. And I'll put this other piece in the refrigerator. And we'll be right back, folks. You're back.
Am I on? Great. I saved one last one because I wanted to show you something. If you noticed, I cut the loin crosswise, and that's because I want the vein of the meat going through it, because when you smash it down, that makes it extremely tender rather than trying to flatten it from the sides. You're doing it from the middle out. The other thing I wanted to point out, you can see that's cutting crosswise against the grain of the meat. The other thing is a lot of pieces will have this little membrane on the outside. I try to pull it off because that holds the meat together, obviously, and when you're trying to flatten it out, it keeps it from becoming as flat as it should. So I'm just taking that little bit off, and this should flatten out really well. A little bit is okay. So that's all I wanted to say about when you're working with the meat. Because you can see here even, it probably should be, that piece needs to come off. Or at least you can, worst case, if you're not feeling like cutting it, just kind of slice through it, and that will allow the meat to expand and flatten out the way I want it to. That's all. Next step, having made these pretty thin, as you can see, and they'll be very, very, I mean, you can cut these with a fork. They're so tender. These are the ones that have already been done. And I'm going to now put them over here. I've made an egg dip deal. Just one egg and a little milk, some salt, pepper, and a bit of garlic powder. So I like garlic and everything. All right, that's all nicely mixed. Now I'm just going to put these in here and let them soak a bit. And then we'll bread them. And I'll show you that in a sec.
Okay, we'll be right back to you. Hey, this is looking good, folks.
Huh?
This is looking good, folks. Folks, with Grace at the Dogtrot. In the kitchen of the Dogtrot. Hello, Grace.
Hi. We're here. Life at the Dogtrot. Here we are with our Piggly Wiggly Best Choice breadcrumbs. These are roasted garlic flavored. I'm going to add more garlic as usual. So I'm just going to spread those out on a plate so that I can bread. Put a little of this in. I'm not going to add anything else because you can always add other things. I'm going to go and take the one at the bottom of the pile. These are our pork tenderloin pounded out and now soaked in egg and milk wash, and I'm just going to gently drop it down. Oh, that's usually cooking. And cover them as much as I can with breadcrumbs. And outside needs a little more. That looks good to me.
Ooh, looks good to me.
Grab it, and I'm going to take them from the bottom because that's where the juice is thickest. Put that on. Smush this around, pound it down a little with my fist. So I really want the breadcrumbs attached.
More like embedded into.
Yeah, there we go. So there you go. Another. And I'll get all these done, and then we'll put them in the pot to cook.
Okay.
Add a little more breadcrumbs. A little more garlic. There's no such thing as too much garlic. Just so you know, it's one of the healthiest things in the world for you to eat. It's got antioxidant properties.
Keeps vampires away.
Yeah, that's for sure. And a whole host of other things you don't want. But in any event, there we go. And I've got a few more to do, and when they're done, we'll start cooking them.
Okay, what do you have cooking in that pot over there?
Those are artichokes, and you know who put that pot together was my dear host and friend and husband, and that is Jeff, and he's the artichoke king. I even bought him a pair of socks one time with artichokes on them,
Right there.
because he's the king
They're
of
right
artichokes.
I know exactly where they're at.
And so you have to be the one to describe, because I don't do artichokes. That's your department.
Okay.
Tell them how you make them.
Well, when I get up to the stove,
Okay.
I will. Okay, we'll let you go on this. And
We'll be back.
Be back. You're on.
Okay, folks, welcome back. What I'm doing right now. Oh, should I need you? Turn it on. No, it's not too bright. I'm just getting my pan prepped. I've got plenty of olive oil in there because olive oil will not burn, and butter. And so the butter will be kept from burning by putting it in the olive oil. And I do have a little more butter somewhere. Where did I put my butter stick?
Behind you.
Uh-huh. It's good to have a second pair of eyes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm just going to get this going. Good. These go very fast, but you do want to, because they're very thin, but you just want them brown. And that's basically all. I'll put them in here and we'll...
What temperature is the skillet?
I have no idea. Hot? Hot is a good temperature. There we go. I can hear the butter is sizzling. So it's time to start dropping these in. I'll just put them in. I need a big pan because I got a lot of these to cook, and some of them are pretty big. There. Put these little small ones in with it.
All right. Looks good.
Yeah, we'll just let it. Now, serving these is whatever floats your boat. You could use them like you use an Italian scallopini and put them with, pasta on the side, or you could just serve it with some lemon squeezed on top. It's
I like it with lemon.
What do you like on
Lemon.
it?
Lemon.
So we can do that to keep you happy. But it's a very simple thing. It just tastes good. And part of the reason it tastes good is butter. Never use corn oil or any of that stuff because it burns differently and it doesn't have flavor. It's an unfortunate manufactured thing.
Okay.
But you know me.
Well, folks, you've heard it first, or you probably have heard it before.
Not first. There are many who've heard it before me. But the bottom line is olive oil, coconut oil, and butter. That's what you cook with. Don't put all those made-up products in your children or you. I really love children, and I hate the idea they're being poisoned.
Okay, we'll let you keep on frying, and we'll come back to you.
Thank you.
Back.
Here we go. All your platter of wonderful cooked breaded pork. And now I'm doing zucchini, which I have sliced about quarter to a half an inch thick, and I'm just cooking it. I doused it with garlic and salt and pepper, and I'm putting it in to saute. Turn the flame down just a little. And it will saute fairly quickly, and I'll put it in a bowl and dinner will be ready.
Alrighty.
Enjoy.
Okay, I just took some wasabi. It's got my throat kind of weird, but anyways, here. I'm stirring it up. Blending in the two mayonnaises. Mayonnaise with a little wasabi. And I will put a sprinkle of salt there. This is actually sea salt from Norway. Black salt. And I will put a little bit of ground pepper, which it's a little hard to do the camera and do the ground pepper, but you get the idea. And next we'll be eating it. So stay tuned. Back here, we're dining out on the south porch, and we've got a wonderful dish. Grace, will you tell us what's going on here?
It's just our pork chops that you saw prepared earlier, along with the sauteed zucchini, some lemon, and that's that.
All right.
Yum, yum. Bon appetit, everybody.
Good.